Welcome to A&K Computer's WinPCO Pest Control Program Customer Master Overview. After logging into our pest control program, you simply go to Customer and Customer Information, which will access the Customer Master screen. To add customers, you simply click on Add, and you have your choice of assigning a code number or account number, or if you select Next Number, it'll automatically assign that account number for you. You simply enter the customer information, and by pressing enter, it's going to copy over to the billing side. By using your tab key on your keypad, it's going to allow you to move around the individual fields. Type in the customer's address, and once again I'm pressing enter. Address line 2 can be used as a contact person's name or care of, and by pressing enter, it's going to access the zip code field. If your zip code is in our database, it'll automatically fill out the city and state. When entering phone numbers, you simply type all 10 digits with no spaces. And of course, you can enter work numbers or cell numbers. Our pest control program does have a capability of sending out statements and invoices through email address, so make sure you enter the email address there. When entering your customers, make sure that the street name appears there, any cross street information, or map code information. If you're using the Thomas Guide map code book, you simply type in the map page and grid. Press enter. It's going to default to the property type. By clicking on the icon next to it or pressing enter, you can access your property type code setups. Same thing with county information. Click on the icon or press enter, and you can select the county that you service. Once you've entered the information, you're going to select Edit Add Service Information, the bar located here on the right. You click on that and select Save Changes, yes. And you're going to access our service group screen. Here it's going to enter your target pest. Once again, by clicking on the icon or press enter, you can access your service type setups. Initial rate, of course, is for customers who's requesting a single service. For now, we're just going to enter a regular rate for this customer, and press enter. It's going to default to the frequency code setups. And by the way, if you're in a state that requires a service tax, you simply click on taxable. It will calculate the tax for you. And we're going to select monthly here. And now it takes you to your scheduling options, 1 or 2. If a customer is requesting their service on the particular day of the month, or if you're going to use option 2, is the working day of the week. An example is like first Monday. Press enter, and it takes you to the route field. You simply assign your route numbers. And by clicking on technician, you can access your technician's master. Simply select the technician that's servicing that area. Once you've entered that information, you're going to select schedule to schedule the customer's regular service. To create an invoice, you can create an invoice right then and there. Simply click create invoice, and you're going to notice that an invoice has been generated. You also could print that invoice from here by selecting that menu. When you're using the find feature here, if you know the customer's account number, you simply can type it in. By selecting list, it allows you to search for a customer several different ways: by name, by the name of the street, by their address number, or by their customer code number. I'm just going to type in a few letters of a customer and pressing enter again, it's going to appear on the customer master. When making changes into a customer's record, you simply click on save. Print allows you to print a customer record. When selecting move, if you have a customer who's no longer using your service or has moved out of the area, when you select this icon, it's going to go into our inactive database, which is located here in inactive, into an inactive customer, which will allow you access to that information. When selecting the icon that says ACCT, you're going to access the customer's account ledger, which will show you charges and payments received. And you also can print a statement from here. And that's what that's going to look like. When looking at current information, you're going to select the CURR, which will access a current invoice. And by double clicking on it, you also can make changes in the highlighted fields here, like a technician, if you want to reassign it, change the date, or change the dollar amount, and you simply click on print. And give you an example of how that's going to look. History, HIST, will show you information on services that were rendered to the property. When selecting that feature, you're going to see all the information. And if you want to print a invoice that's already been processed, an example, if a customer calls regarding a bill and they never received a copy of the invoice, you simply can double click on it and you can print it out like you do a current invoice. You also can create a no charge invoice by selecting click here to create redo invoice. When you select that, you simply put in the date that it's scheduled for, take out the dollar amount, and you can assign it to a route technician, and you also can put a time, and you also can put a little information regarding the extra service. And you can print the invoice right then and there, or if you uncheck this, it will save it onto the schedule. You notice that you have created a live invoice. You simply click OK. And if you go to current, CURR, which shows you current invoice information, you'll see that the extra service has now been generated. Next to history, we have a button that says use. By selecting that, you can access information regarding a previous phone call, etc. History invoice icon will show you information regarding the customer services along with chemical applications and dollar amounts. And you notice here that you have the dates along with invoice numbers, frequency of the technicians, chemical applications to the customer's account, along with the charges that were applied. If you want to reassign the customer's account number, you select the REAS icon, which will reassign a new account number for you. When you hit OK, all the customer's accounting information, current information, and history information will automatically transfer to the new account. We have custom letters built into our program, and we also have forms that you can customize if you want to do like termite renewal notifications or notifications regarding changes to your service. We can do that for you. You notice here onto the bottom here we have a W memo, which can be used for phone conversations. An example, if a customer calls in and they're going to reschedule or cancel their service, or they have questions regarding their account, you simply click on the timestamp there. You're going to see the date and also the person who's logged in to the program, and you simply type in a brief description about the phone call. When selecting F9, this information will print on the invoice. The internal memo is for the office eyes only, as well as technician eyes only. If you're going to print a route sheet of scheduled appointments and the technician's out at the customer's property, he can see that information here. We also have diagrams, which will access the Microsoft Paint by clicking on this. Right into that. If you do rodent inspections and you want a diagram of all the traps where they're located along with any exterior base stations, you simply can create a diagram there. This concludes the Customer Master Overview.